said he's got a lot of things to talk about.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the greatest podcast segment in the history of mankind, the co-host of the Breakdown, Connor Davis with the Davis Division.
It's the most electrifying co-host in sports entertainment. This is the greatest sports segment in podcast history. It is your Davis Division.
My intro was already better.
We know that the week one kickoff is always, I'll give you a little bit of history. So since 2002, we've had this kickoff game. I know it seems really recent. I feel like it would be before 2002, but 2002 was the first time they started this kickoff game. And they started the tradition of the defending champ playing in 2004. So since 2002, 2004, they didn't have the defending champ playing the kickoff game. And then in 2004, they decided, hey, we should have the defending champ playing the kickoff game. It shows everybody like what they can do on the field right after they just won the Super Bowl. So from 2004 to now, except 2019, and I'll ask you who played in 2019, they've had the defending champ played. So who do y'all think played in 2019?
The Chiefs.
No.
Oh.
This was not a defending champ.
Oh. 2019?
Yes. And it's really, really easy for the both of y'all.
Packers.
Oh, it wasn't the Bears.
Packers, Bears.
Oh, my God.
But why would the Packers and Bears?
The 100th anniversary.
It was the 100th season, so they picked the longest rivalry in football.
And that was a year after the Bears were we had double doink, and then that was once again expectations of the Bears doing well, and then Trubisky was Trubusky, and yeah,
it's crazy.
And I didn't say true bust. Yeah, I did. But anyway.
Well, since 2004, the defending champ has only lost the kickoff game 5 times, and for the Ravens. If they were to lose to Kansas City today, it would be the second time they've lost to the Chiefs in a season opener, and it would be the 3rd straight time the Ravens have lost to a defending Super Bowl champ. So
that's crazy.
My question for you guys, and you can elaborate whatever you want to before the game really gets into the thick of it. I know we were talking about Rashee Rice earlier. Predictions for the game. I mean, by the time Kenny gets on, this game's going to be halftime, so we're not going to have a lot of good stuff. So we got to do it now.
You cool with that?
Yeah.
All right. So I have 100 decided not to ever go against the Kansas City Chiefs and Andy Reid. Andy Reid has a record of 16-7 with the Chiefs, I believe. I don't know if that's I think it's with the Chiefs combined record, 16-7 in the playoffs. 3-time Super Bowl champion Andy Reid. I'm not going against Andy Reid in this game. I think the Chiefs are favored by 3. I am picking the Chiefs to win this game I would actually change the. Oh, man, I'll say they get -3. Chiefs -3, and I'm gonna say also right now that Travis Swift has a surprisingly good game. I think he's gonna have a good game here, but as the season progresses, I think we're gonna see he's not a top 10 tight end anymore.
Now, I would like to clarify, I didn't say this, but they're in Arrowhead, just for y'all that don't know. They're in Arrowhead, so.
Yep.
MJ.
All right. Very glad Bruce went first because somebody just called me. I don't even know if you heard that. Yes, exactly. I was like, why is this going off on my computer right now? Anyway, they may call back, so if they do, sorry. perks of the position I'm in. So what I'm looking at in this game, I really don't think who wins this game matters. I'll be perfectly honest. It may come down to a little tiebreaker later. That's the only reason this game may matter whatsoever. What I'm looking for is the differences in these teams compared to last season. So one of the things Andy Reid didn't like about the Chiefs offense last season is he had to use Isaiah Pacheco too much. Isaiah Pacheco in the playoffs last year registered 4 games with 20-plus carries, which I believe was either 7th or 9th in all-time playoff carries in history of the NFL playoffs. That's not something that the Chiefs want to be doing. They're paying Patrick Mahomes. He's the best quarterback in football, and he should be the one with the ball when it comes down to it. Now, having a good running game is not bad, which we'll see when we get to the Ravens, but they added a bunch of wide receivers. They want that to be their strength. So what I'm looking for is, what does this passing game look like against a good Baltimore Ravens defense with stars at all 3 levels? What does their passing game look like? On the other side, I'm looking at, what does their rushing game look like? By adding Derrick Henry, I wholeheartedly believe, and I should have put this as my pick when we did our giant survey for TDC Media. Shout out to Jack, by the way, for doing that. I should have put Derrick Henry as my pick for Offensive Player of the Year, because I really believe.
Oh, AFC. Hold on. Is that the official one you put in tonight?
Probably.
Don't elaborate on Offensive Player of the Year. We're going to talk about it.
Probably. But I'm going to talk about it because it's Derrick Henry. And I'll talk about it more later. But like, just the thought of a Lamar, Derrick Henry read option terrifies me if I'm an opposing defense. What are you supposed to do with that?
He stays healthy.
How are you supposed to? I really believe he will, because he's going to be behind an incredible offensive line. They've got some fantastic weapons. I really think that offense is going to be just incredible across the board. And I know that Connor won't like this, but when you have the reigning MVP and then you have the best running back in football, pure running back, CMC, I don't really count as a pure running back. He's half a slot receiver. When it comes down to it, I think the Ravens running game will play very well in this reign. I think Ravens will.
I like it. I'm actually not mad about it, but I'm not going against Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid.
Yeah, but when will Derrick Henry's age catch up to him? He's 30 now.
Probably next year, but not this year.
I think this year, dude. He has the highest carry rate, I think, in the past, like, what was it, 4 years with the Titans. So
in the past 5 years, he's had out of the past 5 years, 4 of them he's carried the ball the most out of anybody.
Yeah. So it's but you know what though? At the same time, there was no quarterback. So to that point, there was no quarterback that the Titans had that was as good as Lamar Jackson either. So teams were stacking the box, knowing that Henry was the only threat for the Titans at the time. So we can't just completely say that, like, you know, he's screwed over or he's done now, but because you have multiple options there in Baltimore aside from Derrick Henry, because you're not going to stack 8 in the box against a former MVP that threw for over 4,000 yards and had an insane touchdown to interception ratio, who also can run. So I don't know, man. I think while there's a part of me that thinks his age is going to catch up with him, he doesn't have to carry the burden of every single like offensive like prowess that the team has, because there's others around him that can carry it with him.
Yeah, I can't disagree.
I just think people are overhyping the Derrick Henry signing is all.
I don't think it's the best. I mean, again, I don't think it's like the greatest signing in the history, but like I think it's just it's a solid signing. I think that's what I think of it as. I don't think it's like, oh my God, that's going to put them over the top, but I don't think it's hurting them at all by any means.
No, but that's the argument, though.
Let's just talk about this real quick. Derrick Henry played all 17 games last year, rushed for 1,000 yards, 12 touchdowns.
Well,
like, I don't understand, Connor. I don't understand where you're getting this that he's going to slow down and be old. He's going to be way more efficient.
Jack, that's awesome.
He's going to be way more efficient because He doesn't have to rush
Hold it.
the most of anyone in the league.
Fake it. Just keep going.
Even though he had a good amount of yards last year, MJ, you have to look at the year before that. You have to compare his years to his years. You can't compare his years to other people's years. He had 1,500 yards and 350 carries in 2022. That dropped to 280 and 1,100 yards the year after.
You want to know why it dropped, Connor? Because their offense sucked.
Yes, but I'm
they were never on the
comparing
field.
Derrick Henry to Derrick Henry. I'm not comparing him to anybody else.
Hold
1,100
on.
yards is good.
I already like totally like put a freaking pin in this argument.
So his yards per attempt was basically the same. His first down success was basically the same. He had the same amount of touchdowns, -1, and he did that all in 70 fewer carries. If anything, I would argue that's a more efficient season. His offense was horrible. The team was horrible. There was nothing surrounding him. He's going into the greatest situation in the NFL you could place a running back with one of the best systems for rushing attacks. How is that not an incredible move?
You know, nice.
I'm not like assuming this is going to happen. It is a concern of mine to just point out that, hey, he's on the other side of 30 now.
Henny.
As we know that running backs when they get to that age, they slow down. And now you're in a offense where Lamar Jackson runs for almost 1,000 yards every year. And I mean, can you please tell me a running back that has had over 1,000 yards with Lamar Jackson running the hill?
There has never been a running back with Lamar Jackson that was anywhere near talented as Derrick Henry's left thumb.
Exactly. You can't.
I understand that, but I don't.
Horrible argument.
I don't necessarily think it's because of the running back situation. I think a lot of it has to do with the play calls and the personnel they run.
So you're saying if it wasn't Lamar Jackson, Gus Edwards would have run for 1,500 yards?
I mean, I don't think Lamar Jackson's 800, 1,000 yards helps a running back. I mean, sure, you can read option.
I'm not.
How many times are they going to option it to the running back?
I'm not saying that Derrick Henry is going to get 1,500 yards. I'm saying signing Derrick Henry is the best thing the Ravens could have done for their offense and for their championship hopes. I don't give a rip about his stats. I'm talking about the signing for the Ravens and the impact on Lamar Jackson's ability to run the quarterback position and the Ravens' ability to win. I couldn't care less about his stats.
I don't know why. I thought we were picking the game, not arguing this.
We already picked the game, and then Connor started saying stupid stuff.
Yeah, but the argument is that people think that this signing is what the Ravens need to get them to a Super Bowl.
Who?
Yes or no?
Yes.
They
have never had an impact player like Derrick Henry.
Hold on. All right. Hold on. Let's all right. So let's backtrack a little bit. Who was the main focus for the Titans? Connor. Who was the main focus for the Titans or against the Titans offensively? Offensively in 2023. Who was it?
I mean, the stats say it's Derrick Henry.
Okay, I don't care who. If you were the defensive coordinator for the Fighting Connor Davises, who would you focus your attention on against the Titans in 2023?
Derrick Henry.
Thank you. All right, so
hold on.
No, hold on. I'm not done. In 2023, who would you focus your attention on for the Baltimore Ravens? For the Fighting Connor Davises.
That's my middle name, actually. Lamar Jackson.
Okay, so now in 2024, for the Fighting Connor Jackson Davises, who are you focusing your attention on for the Baltimore Ravens in 2024?
You got to split it now.
Thank you. Nah, you can't split it. That's the thing. It doesn't work like that.
No, I get what you're saying. Now you have to focus. I'm not saying I dislike the move. There's just questions. There's concerns. If I didn't question anything or have concerns, we would there wouldn't be any content to the Davis
every
division.
single day of his life.
The Fighting Connor Jackson Davises have been fired from the NFL. All right, next question.
Demoted to the XFL.
UFL.
No, I don't recognize the UFL. They didn't give me credentials. I don't recognize them as an existing entity.
Not anymore.
Okay, well.
The USFL was great.
Does anybody know, if you can remember in recent memory, the 2021 NFL draft? Do you know who the 9th overall pick was by any chance in the
Zach Wilson was
2021
number 2.
NFL draft?
Number 9.
Ooh. It wasn't Mac Jones.
I'll give you a hint. It's a defensive player.
Ooh.
If you don't get it, that's fine. I'm going to tell you anyways.
What team?
If I tell you, you're going to get it.
What position?
Cornerback.
Corner?
Sauce?
It wasn't Sauce, was it? No. Sauce was 2022, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah. I think so.
I was there. I was at the draft. Who was
He was
it?
a top pick.
It was Jalen Johnson.
I'll give you a hint. He went to Alabama. Of course, an SEC school. Of course, they're going to get picked in the top 10.
Oh, my God.
I got nothing.
So, this 9th overall pick received a bag. Now, Patrick Surtain, the second, became the highest paid cornerback in history as he signed a 4-year, $96 million extension with $77.5 million guaranteed.
Who was picked ahead of him?
I don't know. I'd have to look
In
at
that draft?
In that draft, yeah.
Zach Wilson.
Yeah, it was Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance.
Oh yeah, that was a Justin Fields draft. Wasn't he 10th?
Justin Fields like 10th or 11th, yeah.
And then
jeez.
The tackle for the Chargers, Slater.
Rashawn,
Yeah,
whatever his name
Slater
is.
was near the top.
Yeah, hold up. I'm gonna look at this real quick.
I know I looked at this the other day.
I don't mean to just yank this out of your freaking hands. That's what she said.
Well, I hope it's not like
Whoa.
he was the second cornerback taken off the board. J.C. Horn went.
Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Penei Sewell, J.C. Horn, Patrick Surtain. Patrick Surtain 9th, 10th Devontae Smith, 11th Justin Fields, 12th Micah Parsons. Oh, the Bears can have Micah Parsons.
Imagine having 6 SEC players drafted in the top 10 before you get to a Big Ten player.
Oh my
Imagine.
God! Save it for Kenny, okay? Save it for Kenny. All right, what do you got? What do you got for us with this?
So, anyways, he's the highest paid, right? So he makes now $24 million a year playing at quarterback, which he's highly deserving. So Denver's got to put that money somewhere because Sean Payton's definitely not putting it in a quarterback yet, and he's definitely not putting it where he needs to be putting it. So he's going to put it where he feels that it should be invested in. So Patrick Surtain is the man there. And so my question for y'all is, with this amount of money, should it be indicative of the best cornerback in the league? Is Patrick Surtain the best cornerback in the league?
Thanks,
Patricia.
He's very close to it.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate you, Patricia.
Shout out to you, Patricia. That's what we love to see. Love to see that around here. We need more of that around here, Patricia.
Yeah, Patricia.
The comment. Make sure you turn on those notifications so you know next time we go live, Patricia.
And sub.
It's that kind of dedication that got Patrick Surtain to the point where he's one of the best corners in the NFL.
Oh my God, Tanner, we can hear you, bro.
I truly believe that if I wasn't busy listening to Tanner, I would have a thought process. Anyway, Patrick Surtain, if it was flipped, if Surtain was in New York and Sauce Gardner was in Denver, everybody would be talking about Patrick Surtain. It is clear to me that Denver paid him for a reason. Denver doesn't like spending money. John Elway and that program, they do not like spending money if they do not need to. They have let plenty of people go without spending money. Now, am I going to sit here and declare him as the best corner in the NFL outright? No, because I think it's very close. I think he has some qualities that maybe Sauce Gardner doesn't and vice versa. I think it's a very arbitrary thing. There have been very few times in the NFL where we have like an outright best corner. He's not a Darrelle Revis. He's not the guy right now. But in order to keep him around, you have to pay him. That's the way the league is going right now, is if you want to keep your player who's top 5 at the position, you have to pay them as if they were the best. That's just how the league is going right now. So whether or not you like it, that's the way it is. They wanted to keep their guy. They did.
Sorry.
Did one of your touchdown scores cash, Brucey Bruce?
No. They just did the anthem, and I actually stood and took my hat off. I don't even know. You didn't even see me do it. I stood and took my hat off and everything. I'm pumped. I am so jacked right now. Oh my God!
Can you see?
Hook it to the brain.
Right. Use that adrenaline to talk about Patrick Surtain.
All right, so Patrick Surtain. I actually really do like him. He is a top 2 cornerback in the NFL currently right now. Here's my issue. Here's my issue with this. So the most important positions in the NFL field, in my opinion, are quarterback, tackle, protecting the tackle that protects the blind side of a quarterback, edge rusher, and cornerback. In that order. Okay. So I agree with MJ like on this, like big time, like 99.9%, because what MJ did say was it's kind of where the NFL is starting to turn, where the NFL is starting to put their money into. You got to keep your guys, like your best guys, on your team, and you're not like you're not seeing that in some other places. So no, I completely agree with that. Jack already said what I was actually going to talk about, and Connor, you popped it up though. He's actually a really good cover 2 corner. But I also do think with the thing that he does really well though is it might be a cover 2, but he'll bounce sometimes, and he'll read the way he's able to read routes separates him from other corners. And also I think that does the same thing with Sauce, because Sauce is just an absolute freak of nature in that regard, and his athleticism. So yeah, he's not Champ Bailey level yet. Denver Bronco fans, calm down. Yeah. But he's really good, and Sean Payton is doing the right thing in Denver, and I think that Denver might surprise some people this year. I really do.
That's what I've been saying.
Bo Nix, baby, Bo Nix, second best rookie quarterback this season.
I don't hate that. I really do. I'm not like super on Sean Payton because, of course, he left New Orleans, but also because we kind of figure out who was the fraud in New Orleans for all those years. I'm not saying Sean Payton's a fraud. He's obviously has credibility in the credentials, but it's just something about him leaving New Orleans and stuff. I just kind of have like an emotional side to it. But I do like what he's doing in Denver. I kind of picked him to be a playoff contender last year, and I'm hoping they can do a little bit better this year because of if Sean Payton's on a wavelength with his quarterback, they'll do fine. But if it has a Russell Wilson type relationship and Sean Payton's treating Russell Wilson like he's like his illegitimate son who he raised from the bottom up and he can't do anything right, he's just a disgrace to the family, and he's going out just like sneaking out of his window just to get around, then yeah, it's not going to work out.
Yeah, dude, Lamar Jackson was 3-1 last year. His touchdowns, freaking interceptions. Sorry,
bro. Derrick Henry looks so good in a Ravens uniform.
He really does.
He looks like he's made to be a Raven, man.
That's all fun, and that's all fun.
Such an incredible signing.
That's all fine and dandy, but
dude, you know what he reminds me of?
Over 4-1.
So you know who he reminds me of though, MJ, is not Ray Lewis, Jamal Lewis. Jamal Lewis, like, okay, so yeah. That might be old, so I'm gonna show my age there. But Jamal Lewis was an absolute.
I know Jamal Lewis
is of a running back, so that's filthy.
Jamal Lewis was part of their.
He needs to get his dad's arms. What's he doing?
Jamal Lewis was part of their Shannon Sharp team.
Yep.
What is this very treasure thing?
So, I usually don't talk. I don't like to talk about the Saints a lot because I feel like that brings in a little bit of bias and it's not super good for me.
Oh man, MJ never talks about the Packers. I never talk about the Bears.
Right?
Yeah, but there's I only bring this up because there's something interesting about this game. And yes, they're playing the Panthers, but there's a couple stats I found out that I was like, well, I need to share this. So let me just share it because it's interesting to me although y'all aren't Saints fans, so hopefully it's a little interesting to y'all. But the Saints, as of active streaks in the NFL, have the longest win streak when it comes to season openers. They have a 5-game win streak for their season openers.
Oh, I
The
thought that'd be
second
way
place
more
person.
than that. Sorry, I'm not here to hate,
only
but like
5.
5 games. Come on,
How many do you think the second place teams have?
like 2.
3. So the Saints are doing something better in terms of season opening. They won 5 straight, and now they're playing the Panthers in New Orleans. And it's interesting because my buddy and I were talking. There's a guy on YouTube that bets against teams where they would have an upset, and this is his bet. He thinks the Panthers are going to win because he did the math. And for people that have swept their division rivals the past year, the next time that those teams play, there's a 65% chance that the team that got swept wins.
Yeah, he's gonna lose that bet.
So now based on his math, the Saints have a 35% chance to win this game. Now, their last meeting, the Saints won 28-6 in New Orleans, which I'm a very big believer in. The Saints really play hard at home. They always have. Even though I've never seen the Saints win a game in the flesh, it's horrible. Every Saints game I've been to, they've never won. I hate it. I feel like I'm a curse. And I've been to 4 or 5, and they've just never won. They've lost in overtime to the New York Giants when Jameis Winston won like 5 games in a row. But my question to y'all is, with this stats, although it's not the most exciting game to listen and hear about, who do y'all think wins this game?
I'm gonna put it out there right now. The Saints win this game. Panthers have one of the worst rosters in the NFL. They might be vying for another. Oh wow. They might be vying for another first pick. They're at least in the bottom 5 in the NFL. I'll say that. So Saints win this game. Your boy on YouTube doesn't know what he's talking about.
I don't disagree. I really don't. I don't have much there. I think the Saints are a significantly better football team than the Panthers, and that's not saying anything about the Saints.
Yeah, no, and to be honest with you, the fact of the matter is that the whole division is significantly weaker than the Falcons. All right, I'm sorry, like it's significantly weaker. So yeah, no,
that's okay. The Falcons are my pick for the winners.
No, I know.
But
I'm not hating on what you're saying. I mean, I picked the Packers to win the division for the NFC North, whatever. But I'm gonna tell you right now, though, that like the Panthers are like, I shouldn't call them trash, like because they're all like professional athletes, like are like the best of the best. But man, that's a PI. Not very good. Just not very good right now.
Well, I do want to note something just real quick. Dave Canales is now the head coach of the Panthers. Nate and I talked about it on Tuesday. But when Dave Canales was in Tampa Bay last season, Tampa Bay had the worst rushing offense in the league. They were dead last at 32nd. Jack and I was talking about it on Discord earlier today. And now he goes to the Carolina Panthers, who, yes, he can help Bryce Young. But what I was talking about on Tuesday is the only way to help Bryce Young is to take the pressure off Bryce Young. How are you going to take pressure off Bryce Young when you had the 32nd best rushing offense in the league last year? How are you going to run the ball when now you have the head coach who was the commander of the 32nd best rushing offense in the league? How are you going to take pressure off of historically one of the worst rookie campaigns the number 1 overall pick has ever had? Less than 3,000 yards, 11 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. How do you do that?
Hold on. Didn't the Buccaneers draft a guard?
They drafted Graham Barton.
No, in 2023. So
Just now?
In 2023, not in 24, but last year, the Buccaneers ended up drafting a guard. I can't remember.
They drafted Kalijah Cansey, I think. They drafted a defensive end.
Not in the first round. I think in second or third round they drafted a guard.
Oh, in the second round?
And then
they drafted Cody Mock.
And then didn't they also get a couple, like 1 or 2 free agents? All right, you don't have to research that. It's all good. Not a big deal. I thought
I see your point.
Huh?
I thought it was to your point. I want to help out your point,
No, you're straight. But I think that so you help out a quarterback by like cementing your running game. Like that's known. That's been years of knowledge behind it. Like hopefully this weekend that Caleb Williams only throws the ball 25 times and they run the ball 40. All right. So let's say it like that. All right.
Connor would love that. You can trash talk Caleb Williams more.
Oh no, it's fine as long as he throws for 20 for 25 and 225 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. I'm cool with that.
True.
But no, I just think that God, I was which one? I'm sorry, I was focusing on this while you were talking, Connor. Sorry, what was the rest part to your point?
How do the Panthers take pressure off Bryce Young when now they have a head coach who was the commander of the 32nd best rushing offense?
Did the Panthers? Okay, thank you. That's what it was. Did the Panthers draft off any offensive line this year or acquire any offensive linemen to help in that regard?
They got Robert Hunt from the Dolphins. And I can't remember if they drafted. They drafted Xavier Legette and Jonathan Brooks for the first and second round pick. I like him. He's a good corn-fed country boy.
I do like Legette. All right,
but this read option. Hold up. This read option with Lamar and Derrick Henry is disgusting.
Oh, so late. I just saw it right now, MJ.
Come on, let's get out.
You can give Bryce Young all the weapons you want, but if you can't take pressure off of him, what good is it?
None. It's not good at all.
But you also have a quarterback that's not very good either.
So let me be clear. I like some of the things that they're doing in terms of coaching changes in Carolina, but that has to match on the field. The personnel that they have do not match anything. They're motioning out Derrick Henry. That's disgusting. Oh my gosh.
Stop. You're ahead of me.
I'm so sorry. Okay. I'm so sorry. I didn't know that I was like completely ahead of you. I'll stop. We should have just done a watch party, to be honest.
No, I should have done
it. But no, like Bryce Young is going to suffer, and he's going to suffer for an extended period of time. And that's just going to be the way it is. I'm sorry. That's just going to be the way it is.
Andy Reid getting all upset. Sorry. Doing that gum, baby. Come on.
Ooh, give me that cheeseburger.
I'll take a cheeseburger right now. Shit.
I had a cheeseburger for dinner. Gotta get that beef, baby.
I haven't had dinner yet.
Hey, Bruce.
Hold on. I got Derrick Henry anytime touchdown, so please tell me that.
I wish I could bet on games in Mississippi.
Hey, Connor, what was that about? Derrick Henry not being a good signing?
I didn't say that.
Out of the NFL season.
Roll back the clip. I didn't say that.
I knew I should have done the first. You knew I should have done first.
No pause.
Roll the tape back.
No pause.
It was a concerning question.
Plowing through the Chiefs.
We got to have content in this division, or it's going to be if
Derrick Henry. No,
if you just agree with everything, there's no
full screen me. I don't care about your little prediction segment later. Derrick Henry is winning Offensive Player of the Year. He is going to have one of his best and most efficient seasons as a rusher, and the Ravens are winning the AFC.
Clip it,
ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, dang it! No, I also had. Let's try it. All right. So I got my Derrick Henry. Anytime touchdown score. I need my Xavier Worthy anytime touchdown score. And I need Lamar Jackson to rush for. Okay, so all right, we'll put it out there, boys. Let's put it out there. My one bet to win $340. I need Lamar Jackson over 46.5. Xavier Worthy anytime touchdown score. Derrick Henry anytime touchdown score. So we got 1 of 3 so far. All right, whatever. And then on the other one, we have Lamar Jackson. This was my bullshit one. Lamar Jackson anytime touchdown score, Patrick Mahomes anytime touchdown score, and Chiefs money line. Whatever.
We'll see.